Okay, thank you, Kieran, for the presentation, and I will share my screen and I will start my presentation. I'm sorry, I'm a bit sick, so my voice could be when go and return, so go away for a bit because I'm coughing. But by the way, I will try to succeed to make the presentation. Hopefully, you are hearing me. So if nobody told me nothing, so
Yes,
probably
we
it's
can
okay.
hear you.
Okay, perfect. So let me see where is the share button. Here it is. Okay, allow. Okay, I just remove a lot of button here. Okay, okay, let's start. My presentation today it's about
Yeah, you can click on
how.
slideshow.
Yeah, okay, better.
It's better now.
Okay. No, it's better because I need also to show you some other things, but I be back in another modality when I need to. Okay, what is happening now? It's everybody speaks about AI is revolutioning anything on uh, on business side, but also how the profession is changing and moving. But we are focusing, this is my phone ringing. We are focusing more on creative industry and profession on this presentation, and we will see. Sorry, I have some phone ring. Okay. So this is the place where I spare most of my time when I was 18 and also teenagers in a radio. So speaking with the playing records on devices like this that does not exist anymore, and play tapes in other devices that does not exist anymore with mixer and so forth. So I was I was a passionate of technology, and as soon as I went to university, I started to play with other things. It was late 90s, and my first job was on computer, even if I didn't take the degree yet, but I programmed with the VAX Ultrix from Digital Corporation, and we ported the Unix on the systems. That was the Berkeley system 4.2, if I remember well. But the idea was to transform the technology, and the technology transformed the human, and how the human uses technology. That was the idea. Then arrived at the Mac, and we made a lot of movement. And I also worked in Silicon Valley, of course, for 4 years from 96 to 2000. And in reality, I was in this place, but with the old logo that one behind the Facebook logo. The site was in Mellow Park. It was owned by Sun Microsystem. This to say that, sorry, in my story, I started with passion of technology. Then I became a computer scientist because I took the degree, and then I started as technology evangelist. Then I became a technology advisor, business developer, and then now I'm focusing my mind and my effort and my work. One is I will share you with a link with some research that I have made in this on social data science. That means AI application not only in the company but also in common people, and how they can interact with technology within humans, and between the things that normally human do. Which is the relation, which is the artificial intelligence and the heart. Of course, the heart is a reflection of the research of the humanity for knowledge, the creativity, and understand each other, or also understand ourselves. So a self-understanding about how we are able to do, which could be the thing that we can make with our hand and our brain. And of course, AI is reshaping this way, and we can see that it's changing a lot of job. We will see some example later. But the idea is that even if in a specific place of the world, this is, for instance, is wood wood painting, woodwork in Japan or in China. That is an artisan way to work. I am from Italy. Also in Italy, we have a lot of example of this. But even if in this specific area we can have some work jointly with artificial intelligence, that of course is not a replacement, but is a sort of aid. The first man that is trying to understand which could be the rules that the body has within the nature, and understand which is the principle that can 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 realize a data set. Of course, I'm speaking about word that at the time that was 15th century, there was not pronounced because was not ready available for the public speaker opinion. But the idea of Leonardo was to study the proportion and quantity, because if we are able to understand what the human can do, we can also replicate the human, but also can make the idea how we can improve. And the idea of Ronaldo is try to give some weapon, but also capability to the human body that normally human body doesn't, or haven't. Like, for instance, the possibility to fly or possibility to make other stuff, and they can. He founded with the Codice da Vinci, with Leonardo Code, a lot of machine that can enlarge and optimize and improve the human capability. Again, also some other Italian, it's Michelangelo in Sistine Chapel. This is a picture of the creation of Adamo, where the god tried to transfer something to the human, to the Adam. In this picture, there was intelligence, because the human respect of the other animals has an intelligence, but the concept of AI is the same. We try to breathe life in the machine, and also we can also think about that the fears that many times we have is that probably we transmit everything to the machine, that probably we have no more to transmit, and the machine is smarter than us. This is important because we are trying to create something in our own imagination, but this will be in our control or not. This is also another idea. This is I don't know if you know this. This is a mechanical Turk. It's an invention of an Austrian person. It's Philips James, the Lattenborg, that travel around the court for many queens and castle in Europe, to present a robot that was represented as a Turk that was able to play chess, and not only to play chess, but also to make some specific action, like move the horse in the chessboard uh, in any square, in any cell of the chessboard, without to jump in the same shell until to cover all the shell of the chessboard. It was an incredible invention, but in reality there was not invention. There was just an hoax, because there was a small guy, closed in this box that we can see the box, but normally the box was closed by with a roof, with a chessboard, and the impression was that without human intervention, the robot was able to play and also to win some games. The idea is that AI probably has a lot of information that probably is not pure, but is not very true. and can mimate, can replicate some action, but it's difficult to think about AI at least now that we are speaking about narrow AI, not a general AI, to speak about something that is able to compete with the human brain. Just to let you know that AI, a group of French guy working in university, try to make a picture realized by AI. So they trained the AI with a lot of pictures, a lot of masterpiece from Parisian museum like Musée d'Orsay or Louvre, and from there they started to ask to the AI to make a picture with the same idea. They try to put on sale this kind of picture, and they say we will see that probably we'll gain 10,000, 20,000 euro, but this was opted by in auction for the number is there. It's $432,000. So that's idea. But question remain: can AI truly create, or is it merely remixing of existing human expression? This is the idea that we need to think about. Let's go on creativity more. So the idea that AI and creativity can work together, this is a representation of a mythology figures that it's Minotaur is a half horse, half human, that many times when we speak about cooperation between the two words, we speak about these figures because it represents how they can work together. If we look the specific work that World Economic Forum made because of Davos in January, we will see which can be the profession, the work that will be hated by the artificial intelligence. We can see that there is a lot of job that is growing due to AI, and we see big data, of course, fintech, and the machine learning, but also software and application developer, because, sorry, they are working jointly with artificial intelligence, and then can improve the way that they work and also the speedy how they work. There is also some obsolete words like data warehouse, and now everybody speaks about data lake, but I am older and I can explain also data warehouse, and that it's a way where we put all the data coming from different sources in a unique place, a lake, and this is going to be bigger and bigger than before due to AI. So AI is not destroying any job, and it's not only created new job, but it's only improved the job. If you see the picture, we think that in the next 5 years, the big data specialist, that probably was something that we will see, it's big data is not anymore fashion, is not sexy as was 3-4 years before. But this is not true, because the big data specialist is the thing where all the work will be concentrated in the near future. This because there is a lot of work on datafication and about what it's possible to do with data. And there is a specific branch of the social data science that speaks about datafication. It's also important. We can see that things like UI UX is still in the middle, and there is data analyst and scientist that 2 years ago was the most increasing job. Nowadays, not anymore. Is a sort of thing that we will see also in a company, because the question is that you can have a data scientist that know computer, know STEM, STEM maths or any kind of thing about technology, but they don't know the company. So taking the people just exit from university to put the data that don't know anything about them because they are not elder enough for with 10 years or 20 years in a company is difficult. So they are decreasing. Of course, there is a counterpart that many job is declining. It's the clerk's job. So postal service clerks, bartender clerks, cashier, antique clerks, all these clerks is decreasing because they are out automatically. And also legal secretaries or telemarketers will be substituted by the advent of AI. This is a LinkedIn research of the hill of this year. And we can see also where AI is participating to the growth of the specific industry. Of course, technology, information, and media is the most important one, but also education and professional services, it's gaining a momentum, as you can see. The slide will be available, so I can skip. You can we concentrate now. Let me see, which is the timing. Okay, 56. The future of the profession. So how will be the future profession? I put here a book that was very fundamental for me from Richard Susskind. Has been written also with his son Daniel, and it's about how the profession will change in the future. Not only creativity, but general all the profession. We have two possibilities to see this change. One is that sorry, I need to drink some water. So one is the more efficient version of what we have already. For instance, we have barrister, we have lawyers, we have doctors, we have consultant, advisor. That will remain the same, but we will be stronger and will be more defined and more reactive and so forth. There is another idea that it's my idea also, that expertise and professional will be available to the public and to the society in a different way. What is the idea about profession today? We can take a single profession like let me say barristers, lawyer, let me see, and we can say that they gave some services to the public, and there is a bargain. They call in the book a bargain. A bargain for me, it's just a business, it's an affair, but can be translated in a sort of agreement, license, a mandate, a claim, or regulation. Can be several things, but the idea is that there is a profession and the professionals, of course, that give some services in a sort of arrangement to provide the services. But if we look in the category that we have at the moment, we see that they have, of course, a specialist knowledge on the subject. So barrister need to know about lawyer, consultant need to be on consultant, doctor should know about medicine and health in general. But the most important is their mission depends on credential many times. Their activities are regulated and also they are bound to a common set of value like Hippocrates' laws for medicine and so forth. But let me think about the admission depends on credential, because if we look some specific research that has been done, we discovered that in the United Kingdom, for example, 75% of the senior judges or 43% of barrister went to independent or fee-paying school, which educate only 7% of school children in UK. This is the first. If you speak about newspaper columnist, that everybody went to the Oxford or Cambridge. And in 2011, among undergraduates accepted for medical school, 55 or 60, almost 60% were from the highest three socioeconomic group in UK, and 7% were from lowest three. So the idea is that there is a specific path that you need to follow. And if you follow this path, specifically in UK and also in US, you reach some place where you can give some advice or some service to the public, to the society. So, which is the grand bargain? The grand bargain is that the social contract that there is between profession and society. And historically, these people had exclusive right and autonomy to exchange their expertise, reliability, and ethical content. The increasing role of challenges and the necessity of professional monopolies, rising cost of professional and other staff, is giving them in a sort of prison, so they cannot exit from where they are, and they can start to maintain the same role and increase more and more and more the money. The future will be different because due to AI, the future involve more democratized distribution of expertise. Technology will enable broader access to professional knowledge without rely on gatekeeper that is no more available now because it's too many traditional. I have a paper that I'll give to you where you can see the long story, but the idea of this specific domain in a artistic domain where this could be very strong impact is in editorial, so newspaper, columnist, and so forth, graphic design, programming, editing, of course, but for sure also will came all the activity that will be interdisciplinary, like psychology, technology, or creative practice will be involved because they have some emotional or cognitive aspect that now is not very well addressed, but also this will be available. This is, for example, here that you can see also in a paper that is there, and it's a paper that it's a long one, but you can take time to read it, and I made some example about which could be some tradition and economies rooted in originality that has been improved and not replaced by the AI. One is the Leather Shop podcast in Florence about leather. One is ceramic that they, of course, probably it's too small. They adopted a design technology to explore innovative forms and design while honoring traditional motif, and the synergy advanced technology center attracts younger generation to ensuring the continuity of this thing. So just to be back to the slide and to be back to the presentation. There is, for example, in ceramic, wine, how we can improve your wine, not only in a specific formula to put some chemical at all in the wine that of course should be, but also which is the right time to take the grapes from the vineyard, or which is the time to put more water or to make some specific action due to forecasting, AI, and so forth. So leathers, but also wood blocking in Japan or China. There is an example where the creativity is the main job of the story. It's for sure in the movie, in the movie business, in the cinema business, the artistic work is the main work. And yesterday there was the BAFTA for the actors in UK. That was a good ceremony about winners, red carpet, and so on. But we saw we saw in last year in November a strike from actors, singers, and voiceover artists against AI, because they say that an actor cannot be paid for all the movie because a director or production can shot several scene or several condition many times, also with the green screen behind, and can reuse this shot, asking to AI to move the actor. Of course, you can decrease the amount of money that the actors perceive, but also other people in the chain. This is important to understand that movie business is not only a business that involves actors and directors, because involve also location, restaurant, hotel, and travel, transportation. The actors that need to shoot something in Arizona need to take a flight from New York to Phoenix to shot a movie, but need to sleep and rest somewhere, need to eat in a restaurant. So there is a global business that can collapse because of AI. So that's why they make this strike. And also AI in this creativity works has a lot of resistance. But I think because many people has a fear that they became obsolete. So the stem for fears from obsolescence, it's very hard. Um, sorry, I'm difficult to speak. Sorry. So case study reveal instead that while AI has efficiency, it's often introduce new challenges that need to be prepared to fight against. Okay. Now there is a link to the doc here that you can find in this presentation, because since I started with the passion out of technology, but I'm still a computer scientist in the heart, in the nucleum of my body, of my brain. I try to understand where is possible to measure what is happening on the net, and I try to go to several places on Twitter to understand the discussion about AI and creativity. But Twitter, that now is X, is not possible, at least for free or for few money, to discover things. And the Mastodon and Blue Sky, that is distinctly below, is not so good because there's few people in there. So I examined on 3 or 4 video on YouTube, and also the comment and the comment of these things. Then I went to the Steam to understand what the people that develop games think about, and I made the same on Reddit and Quora. I selected these two think of source of information like YouTube and Reddit, and I started to understand when there is information about people searching about AI and creativity. The first thing, this is Google Trend, and we will see some start of discussion 2002, probably November 2002, probably with the first release of ChatGPT, and then the story start to be strong around again October 24. No, it's May 24. So this is the idea where I don't see. Okay, it's better now. It's around this period in 2024, they are starting to search query about creativity, and we can see that the query is AI, ChatGPT, can AI have creativity? So I understood which is the period, and the region of the planet where they are discussing about this topic. It's not strange that China is the most country where they are discussing, and there is the other things. The work that has been done on Reddit, we take some thread, and I try to zoom because I don't think you are able to see something. And on Reddit, we take I take because I make the work, and I take some thread like this one, AI impact on alternative industry, and I examined all the comment. This one has only 54 comments, and we used Python to examine the things. And this is the code. Of course, there is no my key, but there is the idea how to extract information from Reddit, and I made the same from why doesn't go on? Oh, okay, let me see. Okay, I made the same with YouTube. We took a discussion that I don't remember the journalist made to two people. One is an artist from Florida University that is using AI to improve his art class, and also there is another person that work in a cinema, in a movie industry, that in reality is a computer scientist. She's a computer scientist, and they have a different vision about AI. There is a link to the video, by the way, this one and this one. And there is also some other TEDs. So I take all this information, and we put this information in a graph, and I projected the very well-known word cloud, and we see that that in the cloud there is terms like right, humanity, need, think, but the most important is people, human and artist. It's more social than technology, and if we can see the emotion and the sentiment analysis that we made on this, everybody is more negative than positive. Of course, there is a lot of neutral, but if you look the sentiment or the emotion that inspire, we can see. I use the model that is trained by specific Reddit and and YouTube, and we will see that people is seems admire this kind of stuff, but also there is probably some annoyance and amusement about this topic. This to say that I think this is my conclusion, that we start to say how we as a human we started to understood the world, and we started with Leonardo that try to figure out which could be the rules that can improve how the human being can live in a planet, in an earth with other people. And then we try to use the mechanic or the hooks like mechanic Turk to present something that probably could be imagined like something special that is able to demonstrate to us something that does not exist because probably is in hooks. And then we reach the power to realize LLM or very important system that is able to speak with us like a human. I made my thesis in computer science, University Pisa, in Pisa University in 98, last century, in artificial intelligence. My reference system was Mycin, and I changed to other route because there was not possible to continue on that area, because the machine that I worked on, like Common Lisp from Lucid Corporation, didn't have so much space. But in the last 5 years, a company like NVIDIA or other DeepSeek in China, they are using a new hardware to make possible the algorithm and statistic that was not possible 30 years before. But examining past masterpiece and with the lens of AI, to what we can do with technology now, we can have a deeper insight about our future, a specific how the profession can be dismantled. Because how when a new hire join a company is not looking anymore for people that stay 10 years, 20 years in that company, that explain to he or to she, to her, to him or to her, how to approach a customer, how to make, because they know everything. As we can see in the picture, there is no clerk anymore. So you need to understand the knowledge how to live in a company, how to live in a society that nobody tell to you anymore. That is the problem, because AI is becoming now the new religion, the new mentor, instead of your family, instead of your teacher, or your priest or anything. So this is most important to understand, and understand that the integration of AI in specific context will ensure for sure the traditional method and artistic value that will remain and will be not overshadowed by automation. Business chain value is often greater than it appears. So this is my reference, and I finalized this my presentation. That was a very hard for me for my condition, but I hope that I transmitted to you something, and I can stop my share if there is any question. So hopefully you follow all the information. Again, if Kiran we share the presentation somewhere, there is a link to to the the work that I have done in my personal webpage. Kiran, I'm done.
Yes. Okay, Professor. Are there any questions? Yeah, Professor, there is a question for you from Sebastian.
Okay, go ahead, Sebastian.
Hi, Prof. Always a pleasure to hear you speak. Nice to see you again, and wish you quick recovery.
Yeah, sorry.
No problem, Prof.
Go ahead.
Prof, I was a little bit rattled with the graph you showed as regards to jobs in demand, and getting to know that big data specialist is the top of the list is something I don't envisage. So, I mean, is there any reason why that is so? Because I was thinking AI expert as AI is taking over the world, sort of. Prof, I can't hear you. I think you are. Yeah, this. Prof, you need to unmute.
Sorry, I was on mute. Sorry.
Great.
Okay, so the question is why UI UX is here, or do you want a comment again on this chart?
I mean, the big data specialist seems to be the top on the list as one of the
Yes.
fastest growing job. Is
Yeah.
there any reason why it's so? Because I would think AI specialist or machine learning should be at the top of the list.
Okay, if you would like to have a longer explanation, I suggest you to download the report that is free of charge from World Economic Forum. If you put World Economic Forum jobs report of the job of the 2025, because they make this report every couple of years, and you have a longer explanation. My explanation that big data now is not only big data that was like 2 or 3 years ago. We started to think about IoT. IoT is something about 5 years from now. Then big data, because they need to process data coming from sensors. And then we started to go on AI and machine learning. But now there is a lot of study on datification. So which is the rule that need to be put on place to examine all the data that arrives coming from cameras, individuals that move. And there is a lot of information about datification. So not only technology or IT person is working on big data now, but also sociologist and psychologist is moving on this, and is now big data is a center of a multidisciplinary study, not only big data. So if you mean big data as was 4 or 5 years ago, is not in that place, should be not there. But since now there is, the name is datification. There is a lot of book on this. If you Google datafication, and you can see there is a lot of information that how the government need to treat the information that arrives from sensor. That's why it's in the top, because it's a most demanding, at least in Europe, because of regulation and because of a lot of AI on this topic. So this is the way why big data is on the top. Fintech is obvious because there is money around. Hope I answered you somehow.
Wow, thank you so much. Really makes sense. I really appreciate it. Thank you, Prof.
Okay, send to me information by my email so I can answer you personally, just in case.
Okay, Prof. Okay,
I can
Prof.
drive you where is the PDF.
Thank you, Prof.
Yeah, thank you very much for a great